Hi, it's Sai. I really liked Art Fight last year. I was introduced to it by my friend Naname. I was so afraid to join, but they reassured me it was fun and I'll like it, so I decided to join, and I'm kinda glad I did. It was so fun to draw other people's OCs and make new art friends. ArtFight is a website where every July they have an art trading game running for the entirety of July only. Despite it being called an art trading game, people see it more as an art gifting game where people compete to get points for their team by attacking the opposite team by drawing their characters. I'm really bad at explaining, so head to the site and read out the rules if you want more info on it, and if you're interested in joining. Alright, for today's video, I will be drawing my ref sheets since the other ones I had are a little outdated and they need a bit of an update. So also, the fact that their old ref sheets lack the details like their accessories and their other face angles or other details that couldn't be seen in the original. I was going to show the drawings of the icons of the characters I did, but I rendered them on Clip Studio and I didn't record them since I made them a long time ago and I still like how they look, so I don't want to redo them. It took me a long time to do these because I kind of fucked up my wrist and I got tennis elbow, so my tendons were really damaged from overworking myself, so I had to rest, but the moment I could draw again, I finished all of these in 4 days. Alright, now let's get on with the video. I am kind of scared to do this year's art fight because I don't know how many attacks I'll get before I can finish the bookmark characters I have. I really like the design of the characters I have bookmarked and I really want to do them before I get any revenges done, but I still want to do the revenges because I want to keep that order, you know? I love characters that have multicolored hair or just very colorful hair and complex designs. If you have a character like that, please give them to me. I want to draw them. Alright, for the speed paint I'm working on right now is Iblis, my baby boy. I love him so much. All the characters I have on Art Fight are all my Pokemon Gajinkas. I don't know, I just love them a lot and they're the only OCs I really adore to the point I'd be really happy to see art of them. But interestingly enough, these Pokemon Gajinkas are not introduced yet on my channel, since I have a series where I draw all my Pokemon teams as humans. You could watch it here or find it on my channel if you'd like. The only one I have introduced was Jean and a little bit of Code. The rest are new. Let's start with Iblis. He is new, so I have to introduce him. He is very serious and has a tragic-like backstory. I don't really want to get fully into it, but he is with the Mafia and he's an assassin. He is mostly my favorite because of his design. I love his alt-like outfit and his hair too. It's so pretty. He is a Mimikyu Gajinka if you haven't noticed. If you want to see the full story of him, you could either wait for me to make the video of this generation of his team, or he has a toy house that you could read his information there. It will be on the art fight or on my card in the description. The toy house has a lot of information on all my characters that will be on the art fight for people to know more about them if they need to. Alright, for the ref sheet, I really didn't know how to structure a ref sheet well. I learned that you need to show what the character is hiding or what isn't noticeable at first glance. Like for Iblis, I drew his arm so you could see that he has bandages under the jacket and his gloves, as well as if I didn't draw it on the side, you wouldn't know that Iblis has sharp teeth, and people would just draw him with regular teeth if they were to draw him talking. Also showing details like eyes and accessories. Oh, and draw head angles so you could see how to draw different head angles of them, like their hairstyle or just if their face has a different, you know what I mean. It helped me a lot to know what to put on my ref sheets. He got attacks last year and I love how people made him look edgy. It was just like him. Some people gave him 3 piercings on his cheek instead of 2 like the regular anti-eyebrow piercing, but it's fine. Like I said, I made a new ref sheet to show people that the things they can't see, and on the old one his hair covered some of the piercings, so it made it look like he had 3 when he just had the anti-eyebrow piercing, so I fixed it in this rep sheet. And for the drawing, I just made him face front so that the side profile and then the 3/4, I think that's what it's called. I made the icon for Art Fight and his is one of my favorites. Like, it's the first one I did too, yet I like it better than the rest. I'm kinda not satisfied with any of these. I feel like some things are missing or my anatomy lacks, but it's a thing, so people can know how they look rather than a professional art piece, so I'm not gonna sweat it. Alright, for the next character we have is Gene. He is from Generation 2, so you could watch that video on him on my channel. But again, he has a toy house, so you could see his info there in full details. Anyways, I wanted to draw him and his Senko form. He has an entity with him at all times possessing him and can take over his body when he wants, which is why I added his look on the side, so if y'all want to draw that, then y'all can. Senko hides in his back like a spine tattoo or comes out of his back like a tail, like I did in the doodle on the top. So it's like referencing the giraffe rig. Did I mention he has a Gajinka of the giraffe rig? Anyways, I just hope people don't confuse the character up because Senko is someone separate from Gene and is a part of him rather than him being a separate entity. People don't have to draw Senko with him. It is mostly if it's to your liking or the person drawing it. I realized everyone who attacked him on Art Fight drew Senko and I was fine with it because like he looks sick, but I feel like it scared people away from drawing Gene because they probably didn't like want to draw Senko when if they wanted they didn't have to draw Senko. I put on the permissions that if they didn't want to they don't have to, but I don't know, I just hope people don't feel obligated to draw Senko. Drawing just Gene is fine. Gene's hair kind of looks like my Sona. I kind of find that a little funny, but I like his look. I think his hair is more straight than longer than my Sona's, so it should be fine. I also forget to mention I have 2 other characters on my art fight that I will not be talking about here much, and that's because their only purpose is to be there if people can only draw furries or if people can only draw My Little Pony characters, so they don't feel afraid to attack my characters so I can attack theirs, because I don't mind drawing anything. I'll deadass draw anything. I find it fun and challenging. Also, another mention is that I actually messed up my wrist when I sketched all of these, so the liner and coloring was done after I healed, like I said in the beginning, which I kind of hate since it took months and my art style changed again and I was all over the place and I didn't know. I felt like it kind of downgraded on my style because of not drawing for months, but it's okay. I got the rest for once, even though I was going feral at the end of it. I'm a workaholic, so I work like crazy, and having a fucked up wrist helped me rest a little bit and not strain myself too much. Also, his icon is also my favorite of the rest of the icons I did. I like the rendering I did on his face. It just gives him a shy vibe. Anyways, for the next character, he is also known kinda since I introduced his past self, the Porygon, and this version is his Porygon Z self. So it looks completely different from how I introduced him in the Generation 1 Extra Team video. He used to look like this until a tragic thing happened and he's like this now. Again, I don't want to talk about their backstories fully here. I want to wait until I make the video of their team he is in, so, and the rest of these Pokemon Gajinkas, but if you really want to know their stories, they have their toy house up. I had a hard time figuring out how to draw his hair from the front since he has his hair going up to his ponytail, so I drew 3 versions of his headshot, one on the left, one on the right, and the side profile, so y'all can see the side of what's going on with his ponytail. I was drawing his toy house chibi, and oh my god, it's so creepy and cute looking at the same time. I can't. I doodled everyone else's little chibi for a toy house, so they're really cute. I like them. I just wanted to show them off right now. Also, Koda's a new OC for this year. He wasn't one of the attacked characters last year because he, I feel like his design was a little complex and I wanted to give him a proper ref sheet, so he's new this year. This ref sheet was actually the first one I worked on. I felt like his old ref sheet was cluttered, so I decided to redo it, then I redid the rest too. I wanted to do the backing of my characters, but I didn't find it necessary, so you'll see me just get rid of it. The line art process on this ref sheet was hell, and also it was done right after my wrist healed, so I was on demon time. I also kind of feel like I messed up on the line art for moving it around a lot, so it's not my favorite, but whatever. Also, the anatomy is old since it took me time to heal. I just don't like it, but again, I have to let it go for now. The colors were so fun to do though on him. I love his bright colors compared to everyone. They are more saturated because he's supposed to look all weird and stuff. His style is so odd, so don't attack me on his clothes. It's literally what he'd wear because he's too unstable to have a fashion sense. The next ref sheet is actually one of my favorites because I don't know, he just looks so pretty and it shows exactly how pretty he is. Again, I didn't introduce this Pokemon Gajinka yet. It is Malmar Gajinka. I named him Venus since Venus is an upside down planet, and so is Malmar. Venus is a villain character, so he looks so evil here, and he's also supposed to look outright gorgeous. His character bio on Toy House is so creepy to me, but that's how he is, so I have to be honest. I won't go into detail with his story either since it's on Toy House, or I'll just make a video on his team and himself in the video. But just know he isn't evil because he has a sad backstory. No, he's just evil because he just wants to be and it's fun to him. He hides his right eye with his hair since I wanted to give him the same vibes as Jessica Rabbit hiding one eye since that's seen as hot. Anyways, I struggled hard on the placement of this ref sheet. I didn't know where I wanted things and how I wanted the layout to look like. He was the one who got attacked the least last year, I think. I thought he was the one who would get attacked most because of how pretty he looks, but like, I guess people have different preferences. He has abilities, but I don't expect people to draw it, and if people do, I don't know, I'll still love the drawing so much, but I'm curious if people would do it or ignore it, which it is fine if it is ignored. I don't mind. It's not something that he has to always have on because he doesn't always have his abilities with like on him or with him. He's so spoiled and he just like he's rich, but he's like so mean. He wants everything to be pretty and perfect, and if it's not pretty and perfect, then he's not gonna like it. I don't have any more to say, as you could tell, so I'm gonna just move on to the next ref sheet. The next ref is Naoya, who is my Gajinka Lucario, who has yet to be introduced yet. All I can say about him is that he is a boxer slash fighter. He is very serious, but if you compliment him, he will become so flustered. He is shy to compliments and nice people. I love how people drew him last year. He looks so cool and strong looking. He was the favorite to draw, I think. He got a lot of attacks last year, I think. I didn't check. I don't blame people. His ref sheet looked so cool and just the coolest out of all of them. And now it looks the least coolest, which makes me kind of sad, but whatever. I wanted to show his expression of him being blushy since I wanted to show people how he'd look unintimidating when he's shy. I also had a robe version in the original and wanted to add it here because someone did a really cool attack with him throwing it off and entering the arena, and that was so sick. It was the sickest shit I've ever seen, and it was just such a cool attack. I was geeking. I felt like his body was off, so I fixed it up in the end, and yeah, that's what I have for him since I don't know what else to say with these last characters. All of his info is on Toy House, and I'll say this for the 1 millionth time, I'll make a video on him and his team soon. Lastly, my baby girl Ren. She's a Greninja Gajinka, also a character that I haven't introduced. She's the only female on the attack roster besides the furry character and the pony character, but we ignore those because I don't know, I mostly like my male OCs better than my female OCs. I'm not good at writing interesting stories about females. I don't know why, but Ren is so interesting to me. I love her so much. She's actually well written. She's a ninja and works with her fiance, who is also a ninja. They're not serious ninjas at all. They fool around and joke about things together, like literally everything together. I like the fact that she never shows her mouth. Her fiance is the only one who knows how it looks like or has seen it. I don't even know what's under that scarf. I made a side view of her outfit since it may be confusing to some people if they see it from the front view, since her old ref was facing slightly to the side. I also made her laughing expression on the left since I wanted to show that she's not very serious. Also, she's very laughable. Like, she's easy to make laugh. I don't know what to call that. I drew her fan too so people could see the details of it. And a chibi on the side since she's like a silly character, so it seemed fitting. Also, don't get me wrong, she isn't purely silly. She could be a badass, serious character when it comes to it, since the ninja business isn't nice, but she's silly when she can be. Again, I must say this one last time, since this is the last character, but if you want more info on her toy house is available and I'll make a video on her and her team soon. Alright, this one is the last one. I like how I drew her. She looks so pretty, but I feel like she's a bit off, but like I said, it's already done, so thank you for watching. I had fun drawing these out to the point when I finished them, I just stared at my tablet like, what now? I felt so empty, man. But nonetheless, I had a good time drawing them out. Funny enough, I kept going back to fix them since I missed some stuff. Again, if you're interested in these characters and their infos, you can go to their toy house in the card in my description. There are some doodles I did that I like on there. The ones that I showed you earlier and like the Pokemon versions of them. But you don't have to go see them. I mean, if you want to, you can, but it's just an offer. Alright, about my art fight goals this year, I want to experiment with art styles and drawing styles, like rendering a different way or making the art abstract, etc. I also want to work with all the brushes I have in my program since I have too many, and I want to experiment with each one and see which ones I like and I don't like. I might mention it in the future video where I show the attacks I did. Another goal that I wanted to set for each year is how many attacks I want to do. For this year, I want to do 30 to 40. I might do more if I get more attacks than last year. But feel free to attack me this year. My art fight profile name is XXxx, or you could literally just copy and paste the one in my channel or go on the description of this video to go to my profile. You're not forced to, but I love to draw your OCs. I'll revenge everyone if I don't get too many attacks. I hope I don't get that many attacks. Oh my god. So don't be shy too. Anyways, have a good rest of your day. Bye.